Warm, windy, and wet. The weather trifecta tonight as storms move through central Indiana. These storms setting up a water influx for the upcoming Final Four. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock. Thousands of fans arriving in our city. We've got these outdoor concerts and watch parties coming up. So, Angela, what impact will the rain have on all of this?
It will have an impact.
Yeah.
There will be some pop-up showers and storms around tomorrow. And right now, Saturday, for a lot of those outdoor events, it is looking damp. So we're going to start with that 3-day outlook that will take us into Final Four weekend. Just be prepared to check radar before and during outdoor plans and have rain gear handy. We had severe storms and a handful of wind damage reports from parts of Park County all the way up to just northwest of Logansport. Right now, a few spotty showers around Muncie, southeast to Connorsville, and some heavier rain just south of Bloomington into Bedford. Right now, no watches or warnings, but we are watching a new line of rain and storms out to our west. That will have an impact overnight and early tomorrow. We'll cover the severe threat in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Angela. Thanks. Tonight, neighbors, community leaders, and business owners are calling for Indy DPW to change the way they're approaching a major project. This is the 16th Street Bridge, which is due for a facelift. As Alex Almanza shows us tonight, it could impact people in that area.
It's not a typical service at this West Side church. On Thursday, prayers and a conversation filled the room. Concerns voiced by neighbors who are worried how a bridge could separate people instead of bringing them together.
This will be a really devastation for all of our community.
The 16th Street Bridge connecting downtown to Speedway and Hawville is due for major reconstruction. Work is set to begin June 1st. DPW says they'll close the entire bridge, saying a partial closure is just too risky.
And DPW says this bridge is literally crumbling. I want you to take a look at this post right here. It's actually leaning toward the river. And if you look down below, pieces of concrete have already fallen down into the river area. And these barricades are actually here to make sure that people don't trip. It doesn't become a safety hazard. DPW says since the 1940s, when this bridge was originally built, there hasn't been any significant upgrades. So the way that it is right now, they don't want to risk any workers or drivers during the construction process.
DPW telling 13 News that everyone, including architectural experts, don't think a partial closure would be safe, saying while there may be an extreme way to do it, risk tips the scale.
So what's the alternative?
The alternative is just keep the street open. That's the alternative. That's the only alternative that we're going to accept because we know it's possible. Not only it's possible, it can be done.
At the meeting, some business owners who have previously raised concerns also weighed in, saying it could disrupt business. District Councilor Vop Osley also works in architecture and says he's also asking those questions.
If it's a matter of safety, provide the levels of concern. If it's a matter of cost, be able to provide that as well. But let's not just say that we can't do something. Let's try and see what is possible.
The Indianapolis Board of Public Works is set to meet next Wednesday, April 8th, at the City County Building. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Right now, a man is facing charges connected to a suspected robbery in downtown Indianapolis. But tonight, his family is telling us that investigators have it all wrong. All of this unfolded early in the morning, March 7th, near Washington and Pennsylvania streets. Police tell us that cameras show Lamonte Thomas and Jamar Thomas surround a man and then grab at his waist. Now, according to the court documents, the man told investigators he believed the other men were trying to get his gun. So during this confrontation, the man told police he shot Jamar Thomas. Jamar died from his injuries. Lamonte was charged with robbery, criminal confinement, and battery. But now the Thomas's relatives are sharing a different narrative of what happened that night. They're telling us a man with a gun was threatening to kill anybody. They tell us Lamonte Thomas was protecting people that night. And now they're calling for investigators to be transparent.
I just want justice. I know the type of man that I was with. I spent every day with him. Of August of 2024, it was never a day I did not spend with this man. He was a hard worker. He got off work, still worked, and he never complained. Never complained. I just want answers.
Now, we did reach out to IMPD looking for comment. The department released a statement reiterating what they say the surveillance video shows. It goes on to say that police turned over all evidence to prosecutors who made the final decision about criminal charges. Now, we also reached out to the prosecutor's office, and when we hear back, we'll let you know. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A Marion County judge is now considering a change of plea for a man accused in the death of a 4-year-old girl. Terrell Jackson faces a charge of neglect. He's accused of leaving his gun where kids could find it back in the summer of 2023 in Cumberland. Dior Nita died in that shooting. Investigators say her 6-year-old brother pulled the trigger. 18 people are now under arrest tonight after a drug investigation on the near north side of Indianapolis. Police tell us community tips led them to a home near 36th and Capitol. Inside the house, officers discovered drugs, guns, ammunition, and nearly $2,000 in cash. Conservation officers found the body of that 11-year-old girl who disappeared in a Columbus River. She went into the water on Tuesday night and did not resurface. Officers found her this morning about 80 yards from where she was last seen. Tonight, the state of Indiana is making sweeping changes to higher education. The Indiana Commission for Higher Education voted to suspend or eliminate more than 200 degrees at 7 public colleges and universities. This change is the result of a new law requiring those schools to review all degree programs for enrollment and wage benchmarks. The state Secretary of Education says the goal here is to align majors with workforce needs and allocate state funding accordingly. We've got to look at crews out on the south side of Indianapolis repairing Banta Road. They were working from US 31 over to Madison Avenue to smooth things out and improve safety in this area. DPW leaders ask everyone for patience as they make progress around our city. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories streaming anytime. Just scan this QR code on your screen. Well, many Hoosiers believe Indianapolis is the best place to host a Final Four. I mean, after all, our state is synonymous with basketball. And this year, there are Indiana connections everywhere you look. Dominic Miranda and Eli Gain caught up with Hoosiers tonight, making their mark during the postseason.
Good evening. Welcome to Lucas Oil Stadium, the center of the basketball universe. Final Four festivities kicking off here on Thursday, and what a weekend we have in store.
Yes.
And I think the man who is equivalent to the Beatles this weekend,
Yeah.
that'd be Braylon Mullins of UConn.
Yeah, went to Greenfield Central, was Mr. Indiana basketball last year, had that incredible shot over Duke to send his team to this moment, coming back home to the Final Four to represent the UConn Huskies. We caught up with Braylon on the first day here at the Final Four in Indy.
Yeah, just now looking back at it, it's insane. Just knowing that shot's going to be played every March Madness, and that I'm a part of that moment. So, I mean, that's something I can cherish for the rest of my life. I think, after the game, 200, 300 texts, family, friends, famous, crazy. It's just all over the place. I mean, you just gotta. I think you gotta move past the highs of that moment, and it wasn't the national championship, but now we got to focus on Illinois.
Obviously, his phone was blowing up after that and back with friends and family here in Indiana, but he's not the only Hoosier connection. 2 Illinois Fighting Illini, that'd be Jake Davis and Ben Hummerkaus. Jake Davis, a Cathedral alum, Hummerkaus, a Tipton alum, Hummerkaus too, Huntington and Evansville. Both guys, they take a lot of pride in how Indiana prepped them for this moment.
Growing up in the state of Indiana, that's a lot of what the kids are, dribble, pass, and shoot. That's what we've worked on, and so, for us, it's come to fruition, and it's worked really well for us, and we've been successful because of it.
I think Indiana has great basketball talent from top to bottom. I think we're very deep when it comes to college basketball. I think Indiana raises the right kind of basketball players for sure. I guess I'm a byproduct of that. But yeah, I think it is well known that a bunch of white kids from Indiana can shoot the basketball.
And some coaching connections as well. Michigan head coach Dusty May was an assistant under Bob Knight back in the day. He, of course, led Florida Atlantic to a Final Four not too long ago, takes over a Wolverines program and has them rolling as one of the best teams all year long. And also for Arizona, Jason Gardner, who is involved with player development and recruiting. He's a North Central grad. He coached at North Central. He also won Mr. Basketball there before taking over head coaching duties at IUPUI. So those are some little local coaching connections that we have as well.
Well, it's special simply being here. It's a little bit overwhelming with friends and families and old teachers and whatnot. Just a full circle moment from chasing around coaches trying to beg for a GA spot to be back here with this team is it's surreal.
It's just really just been fun. And again, this excitement of the NCAA tournament, the excitement of the Final Four is just ended to be back home and to where the 97 team practice here at North Central High School where I snuck in the gym to watch them play, and then 2 years later, I'm actually playing for that team. So it's just been an unbelievable feeling, and and after 25 years of being back, of how many Elite Eights that we had, and we were so close and right there, is that it's just an unbelievable feeling.
Indiana basketball, Hoosier connections, we really lucked out with this Final Four. You know, if Purdue or IU not going to be in it, all the connections we have is awesome, and no matter who wins it.
That's right, and stick with us all weekend long, over the air on Channel 13 and online and streaming at WTHR Plus for all of your Final Four coverage, as well as D2, D3, and NIT championships as well. For Dominic Miranda, I'm Eli Gain. Back to you.